Asra kesian komo bibia send enyumre mo de mo fidi ato 24 radio e bredu sense me koso mema say dia boabo no ayato ne din trending news no e enyumre sin konwa ofidua me say ne de bi esomo ene nsema ye de ba ne de di makotene ebi ene say ene da court ahye say 2020 about one petition no yame eye adoma busumi ne da to so aduonu nsia ena ye hyase na ye de ensem no ahye so lawyer Afua omo ewo afani nyina akasa efasa decision no.
We on the elaborate timetable for the hearing of the petition in strict conformity with the CI 99. So we are all supposed to be back on the 26th of January, that is Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, for the hearing of the petition to commence in earnest.
Sanso and NPP one leader back or one Rasebe Fie Yera Fenoma Kens there two eja HM say NDC confusion now more cause or parliament no and was so more HI.
So if this is the approach they want to adopt, that you either give it to me or I frustrate you, that is your language. This is not democracy. This is not patriotism. So
and so and Yebeko and some fufro emone consam from my yokofo atimi ampo momoden amanipa no bia emofra ya wo mo e hospital ahodo ye tonton wo mo no wo mo atimi achi nipa no be se edua enya asem keto akra
investigations into the illegal activities between the periods of June to November 2020. As a result of these investigations, 2 medical doctors, 2 social workers, 4 nurses, 2 mothers, and 1 traditional birth attendant.
San enso ene bebo remu e wo mrasebe dwafie ebiem ene da emotional yera mama yarega de kotu dwa se abanhwe na admission fees at university for no etua no wabanyi entua no ene da yi wo mo e de aboso denden de enye asem keto akra na John Jinapo ese sa motion we free so ye MP wo hu motion ye papa se bida
as far as tertiary education is concerned. Mr. Speaker, my friend and senior colleague should be approved for an amount of 3 billion and a reduction of GMPC's net and carried interest from 30% to 15%. Mr. Speaker, the President has had cause to announce the suspension of payment of water, suspension of payment of electricity. And so if this House decides that I want to employ on the President,
in some way any afufro pin and enyumre yesin konwa ewa 24 radio so a ye ba beto ede amamo bedin ede Edward Donko Papa Smiley ena akika BBS ene a moti enka ewo enframem modernghana.com Zeno radio ena tune in sanso ena www.aqu24radio.com okohonoma ensemi ubenya ni nyina ewo eho Facebook eye aqu24 radio sanso ena aqu24 TV okohonoma obe like no share na afin so o comment o de egu onum amaya kenkan ede amount YouTube eya 24 TV once again meeting ede Edward Donko afei ene enyumren ensem no emu enkyeremu enie ene dai ena petitioner NDC ene Yewra John Dramani Mama ogiremu tu franka de mama yekioyi wamode kopie mu court se court nhwe na declaration court so na sisisem bi eba so enti aban enhwe na court nhwe na chese ye mo sa resource no tungu na afei yisi emfa abato ofofro nhye so emfa ema na nadoda kwa ekufuado sa enso ena John Dramani Mama efise obi eni wa wonya 50+1 na court omotena ase no omode ato edwa se branded di animu yi ena substantive case no substantive case no wo mo betena so na wo mo ahwe enye asem keto akra na eno ena ensem no ekoso no na chese enya asem keto akra ɛwɔ ɛhɔnom na yɛwura anim yɛboa a wɔyɛ chief justice no wɔde ensɛm ɛto edwa a wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ sɛnea ensɛm no ɛkɔ no yɛntie declaration make yɛ sɛ nyame ɛyɛ adom a ɛbrada 26th of this month and a substantive case no wɔn ɛbɛhyɛ aseɛ adie no
are made accordingly. 1. Mode of trial. The petitioner and the witnesses shall file witness statements with exhibits, if any, by noon of Thursday, the 21st of January 2021. 2. The witness statements shall be served on the counsel for the respondents by the close of the day of Thursday, the 21st of January 2021. 3. The respondents and their witnesses, if any, shall file their witness statements with exhibits, if any, by the close of the day on 22nd January 2021. 4. The first and second respondents shall file their submissions on the preliminary objections raised to the petition by 12 noon on Friday, the 22nd of January 2021. 4B. The registrar shall ensure service of the submissions of the preliminary objections by the close of the day on Friday, the 22nd of January 2021. C. The petitioner shall file any response to the submission of the preliminary objection by noon on Monday, the 25th of January 2021. D. The registrar shall ensure service of the petitioner's response by the close of the day on Monday, the 25th of January 2021. E. Ruling on the preliminary objection will be incorporated in the judgment of the court. Timelines. The court shall sit on Tuesday, the 26th of January 2021 for hearing of this petition.
Yei Chief Justice Yera Justice anim yeboa ena yete ne nka ewo ho no na sa ensem yi eto odwa no ena Yera Chachuchu Chikata ono so lawyer ede ema John Dramani Mama the legal team no ena ono so echirem se ensem a judges no ka no chese omo enyo de kra.
During this morning was in effect to enable us to make representations on the various things, but it looks like your lordships have made certain orders, and there is some degree of unclarity, at least in our minds, as regards what is referred to as a preliminary objection, because, my lords, there are, in the two answers, there are a number of different things that are referred to. I'm actually not clear.
We have set out the preliminary objection. The issue is determined as preliminary objection. That has been set out as read by the president of the court.
Well, perhaps we could hear it again because it was not.
It's whether or not the petition discloses any reasonable course of action.
But my lord, with respect to this case management, and I believe we have an input that we can also make as parties, because we had, for instance, witness statements. Is it by tomorrow? I mean, my lord, with the greatest respect, I mean, we are human. I mean, maybe they're superhumans, you know, but we have filed this morning, as of this morning, we have filed an application for review of a ruling that you delivered yesterday. There are consequences to that. We also have outstanding requests to admit facts, which are due within 3 days from when they were served on the other party. There are a number of outstanding issues which have not been discussed.
Mr. Dickinson, there's no outstanding issue. The application for review of our ruling yesterday does not operate as a stay of execution.
Well,
We are operating on strict timelines under CI 99.
The notice to admit.
Yes, but my lord, it can affect the issues. In fact, your lordships will recall that yesterday, when we were discussing the filing of the issues, we raised the point that the matter of the interrogatories and the notice to admit facts could affect the issues that we filed. There are some issues that we may not actually require.
If we get there, how do you apply for these issues to be taken as an additional issues?
Yes, but in the meantime,
Yei ensembia ene dai esi ewo emrase bedwefie bi ena yɛtwade amamo no na ɔmo pie se a ɛyɛ na lawyers no wɔn ne nsɛmtwerɛfoɔ agyebrɛ ɛkasa na ɛno ɛna former attorney general Marita Opon nso ɛde ato edwa ɛkyerɛm sɛ nsɛm sɛ bi no ɛyɛ na ɛha adwene sɛ ohwɛ petitioners wɔn nsɛm a wɔn ɛwɔ a asɛ yɛka wɔn ahyɛ no ɛha adwene yie paa na wɔn ne nyɛ ho.
To prepare the witness statements. Now, you are all aware already that we had an application for interrogatories. We served them with notice to admit facts. We served them with notice to actually inspect documents. All those things have not been attended to. We have actually filed an application for review of their order yesterday relating to their refusal to grant us leave to serve the interrogatories. That has actually been fixed for the 28th. Now, all those things will have an impact on the kind of witness statement we will prepare and file. So if those issues have not been dealt with, those applications have not been dealt with, how do we file witness statements by close of business on the 21st? For us, it's shocking. It really doesn't make sense to us as lawyers who've been practicing in the courts for so many years. And we know what the rules are.
Counsel for the respondent saying that they are not well prepared for this trial. Raise objection to everything the court raises.
And every objection that we've raised is grounded in law and is justified. I'm sure you all witnessed to the arguments made by lead counsel yesterday. Did those arguments sound like they were just a ploy to delay the case? They were grounded in law. The fact that the petitioner has interrogatories to serve on the respondents. Now, interrogatories, as is stated, are to aid the trial of the case. And indeed, if a petitioner who has, or an applicant who has good grounds for serving interrogatories is denied the opportunity, for us, that's a denial of justice.
That is the denial of justice. I know Marita Opon, lawyer, Emma John Dramani Mama, the legal team, no. Ena yetine nka ewo hono na Frank Davis nso gyinam de ma na nadodan kwa Akufo-Addo no de atodwa se petitioners no say de o ma nsem de koda court no ena say e kamya say hu abo mo dwane afiri ho.
On the elaborate timetable for the hearing of the petition in strict conformity with the CI 99. So we are all supposed to be back on the 26th of January, that is Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, for the hearing of the petition to commence in earnest. It is instructive to let you all know that the three issues that we set down as our memorandum of issues have been incorporated largely in the issues set down by the court. Now the court has also set down for legal arguments, a preliminary legal argument, whether or not the petition discloses any reasonable cause of action. Indeed, in second respondent's answer, that matter was raised by the petition, the second respondent's legal team, as a matter which should be considered by the Supreme Court, and that has been set down for preliminary legal argument. When the decision and the rulings of the court was read, lead counsel for the petitioner raised the matter as to the filing of the application for review. But that was sharply responded to by Professor Ashid Kote, Justice of the Supreme Court. We all know as lawyers that the filing of an application for review does not operate as a stay of proceedings of the matter in court. Well, the return date for that application is tomorrow, the 15th.
Yay, Frank Davis, lawyer, Ojinamo, Ede, Emma, Nana Adodan Akufo-Addo, and yetine nka ewo ehono na lawyer Morris Ampao mesemeka lawyer Morris Ampao and also action adwene efa ensem no se de si ekoso a wochirem se court de ukopie mo hono ma judges no e wo say respect a lawyers no omode ma judges ni nyina.
writing or through oral or through body language. So when the body language is communicating something to the bench and they show say that language is trying to undermine their authority and now expose them to public hatred and ridicule or to create an impression as if you are not in agreement with them, they can reprimand you. And then what has happened is reprimand. And if it's coming from the president, there are two things he can do to you. Either he will place a ban on you from coming to the court room, or it can be cited for contempt of court. Now from coming to the court, yes, by your conduct. Yes, media. You see, we officer under Article 125 of the Constitution. So see, justice emanates from the people and shall be administered in the name of the people by the judiciary. And the things the same Constitution talks about the judiciary exercising power, judicial power, final judicial power. And so what happened is that this idea of contempt is to ensure that the court are respected, the court dignity is protected, and then people go to the court with some amount of respect. I say like, the court the minima to be mislead, the judges represent God on earth. If you call a minima, and then the meaning with some reverence. So the moment you appear before judges, especially the highest court of the land, you must go there with some kind of decorum in terms of you don't treat children and die. Yes, contempt of court. Yes.
Yera lawyer Morris Ampao and I attend in Kafa and Summer a far petition odimo enkomo ede emaye no ye wremu ewo ensemfo from ene ensema yate ye arehosempa ene se ema no bi ekọ awo so a fafuro be se abosome nkron emu hawo atete ewo mu womo enyinsan efa satete mu nyina na se womo ewo hwia na chese enya asem keto akra oma wawie no na nkora no a doctor fo ane nurse fo nipa bonfo etese sei ebi womo etimi afa kire nwa na womo etimi akoton nkora no ene da yoko sa enso ena Ghana Medical Dental Council operation ena afen so ensemtrefo bia ewa ha se yenuano multimedia womo etimi aka bom achi nipa pese edua womo eton enkora ye womo ewo hospital na chese nyasem keto akra na ebo eda won so no eye bese 28,000 ede ko 30,000 eno mutimi ton eje sanfa so bumi efa nyinse amanfo ebefa so obete ese abofra na wu na chese omayenwa na omakwa akoton enkora no na openi kasi a woda Yoko ano eye Yewra Frank Edupoku executive director de ma Yoko wakasa ede afa arresa ekọ so ayachi nipa bese edu efa sa no
investigations into the illegal activities between the periods of June to November 2020. As a result of these investigations, 2 medical doctors, 2 social workers, 4 nurses, 2 mothers, and 1 traditional birth attendant have been arrested so far and are on bail pending further investigations. We currently have in our possession 2 baby boys who were bought as a result of the operation. The first arrest is the arrest of one Dr. Hope Mensah Kwashi on Thursday, December 31st, 2020. Dr. Hope Mensah Kwashi, who was with the 37 Military Hospital, was arrested at his private health facility named Susan Clinic, located at Atebiokoshi, a suburb of Accra. He was alleged to have sold the first baby boy to the team for an amount of 30,000 Ghana cedis in October 2020. And Dr. Mensah Kwashi was arrested with 3 nurses who worked at his facility. And the nurses are Sylvia Awuse, John Adole Efi, and Angelina Ametepe. They have been identified as his accomplices, together with one Dede Gifty Anipi, a traditional birth attendant
at Bethlehem Maternity Home, Asanto, a suburb of Pung Katamanso, who was alleged to have fed the mother of the first baby to Susan Clinic. Madam Dede Gifty Anipi was arrested by our team on January 15, 2021. So apart from Dr. Kwashi, we have also arrested a social welfare officer. And the name of the social welfare officer is Mr. Leonard Agbeli. Mr. Leonard Agbeli. And on the part of Mr. Leonard Agbeli, this is what I have for you. On Thursday, December 21st, 2020, a joint team from the Medical and Dental Council and IOCO arrested Mr. Leonard Agbeli at a health facility in Tema. It was after the suspect agreed to help the investigators purchase a new baby boy for a sum of 28,000 Ghana cedis. 28,000. This team to the Tema General Hospital, where the baby was handed over to them by a lady named Nancy Obaya. Further investigations revealed that one Doris Bedu, the social welfare officer at the Tema General Hospital, was the brain behind the sale of the baby. The baby was allegedly supplied to Madame Doris Bedu by one Dr. Noah Kofi Lati. Dr. Noah Kofi Lati for sale.
Yei eye openi a ye freno Frank Edupoku waye executive director at the Emma Yoko ena yete ye na hwe din a ye bobo ene baby omo ewa wamo ne de aso omo nsase so enkwara ane afin so Emma hudwumadi enkomo ena no wamo ena edisa abonefosem no na openi a wono so ye acting registrar eye Dr. Divine Banyubara wano so akasa afa ensem no eho oye acting registrar de Ghana Medical and Dental Council no say eno so ekafa ensem a ensem trefo aboa ama yensa aka sa nipa bonfo yi
in the mandate we have given, and like as I indicated, once you have been arrested and you are being investigated for serious offenses of this nature, in the public interest, in the professional interest, and in the interest of society in ensuring that miscreants or criminals do not masquerade as members of the noble, honorable, or learned profession of medicine, we will withhold certain parts of your practices until a court of competent decision determines your fate. If it is negative, it may satisfy, even though you may not have met the criminal requirements, you may actually be subject to professional inquiry through the due process. Or if you have been convicted and sentenced, then you are also liable to disciplinary proceedings. So either way, the council's mandate is fully engaged. And as you can see, we have shown 100% commitment to ensuring that we work together to rid our profession, our healthcare system, of all miscreants, so that we can continue to comfortably engage the services of these professionals, give our lives to them in the confidence and the trust that they are persons of high integrity.
Yei acting registrar Ghana Medical and Dental Council Dr. Divan Banyubala ena yetenenka ewo hono na mami ono so eka ebiewom efa emasem ene afin so gender Mr. Waye gender activist ono ena waye executive director ede Emma Arc Foundation ye mame Angela Dwamena Abuaje enso ede na no atumbisa asemi a watie ne ho se da nwire no pa de na emom just assembly a ye papa na ena ode ato edwa se ensem force anso ena yoko ena afin so empanimfo a womo ewo Ghana Medical Dental Council ho womo eboaye ema womo nsa aka sa nipa bonfo yi na ohwese sa ensem a yensa akan no yebedi akire na akwakosi form pa ama obi biara wo se yetwe naso na ema ohaw ya ewo ho dadadada bese mfie mienu nie no na sesei yetimi aboa ama yenya enipa bese edu yache wo mo no eno nso ebetimi aboa ma ohaw no eso etimi atepa eye na osei se opo obi enenate atena a friend adoption na eno enya easy se obenya emom de na nso ewo so obi biara opo obi ne natena se eba no ofa emra kwan so na asede bi e wo so ye no ofa so eye ansa na otimi enya nipa krofri se enipa ho dwumadie ena yedie na se obefa kotikwan no akwakoton nipa de na je 28,000 30,000 obiba wanyinsa na abusome enkron na emu entesutie ene de kekeka wono ekoba ne se ya na hadwuni ye papa yentie ye maami.
Both surprising and not too surprising. Surprising because a few years ago, the gender ministry did very well to centralize adoption matters. A lot of it has to do with the fact that they were trying to stem baby racketing and people who are using unorthodox methods to get babies to adopt and so on. And because that centralized agency was set up in response to not only international convention but even our own practices, it sort of went down, or we thought so. We thought we'd been able to at least do something that enables people who really want children to know what to do, where to go, and be aware of the sanctions if they did anything untoward and so on. But human beings as we are, no matter how you try to make something good or legal, there are people who would always exploit others, take advantage of people's vulnerabilities and ignorance to do these kinds of things. So to some extent, I'm not too surprised that this has been uncovered. But my hope was that, we had really been able to stem at least a large part of the tide at the time when we had a lot of these cases happening. Too late. If the local has been able to uncover this, then I'm just expecting that they should go the full halt. I mean, that's the only complaint I have about our law enforcement agencies, particularly when it comes to issues like this, that they can do a great job, but somewhere along the middle they stop. Everything falls apart again. And most of the time, some of these efforts are not only the legal efforts actually they do, the investigative part, trying to arrest people, to prosecute them, but getting civil society involved at a very deep level, through consultation and also getting them involved in monitoring, evaluating, policing, doing some play intelligence work and so on and so forth. If these things don't happen, we may get a few people prosecuted, okay, we may get a high profile case here and there, and then that should be it. Adoption should never be an easy thing to do anywhere because a human being is involved. So if you want the process to be hunky-dory, I mean, I don't want a very easy adoption process. I want a properly laid out, adoption process that people can go through legally and then be able to get the results that they are looking for. And it shouldn't be so easy because this is a human being and somebody has to take good care of them. Okay, but that is not to say we should have cumbersome processes. We used to have cumbersome processes, but that is why there was a lot of reform in this area. And now, yes, there is a centralized adoption agency, based at the social welfare. The processes are laid out. The only thing is when people do the legal thing, we always want to do the easier thing, the underhand thing, the one that gives you quick money for quick results. And that's why we find ourselves here. And all the agencies should push it to its limit. The Criminal Offences Act is there. It has provisions that covers concealment of child stealing, which is a second degree felony. You have the Human Trafficking Act that covers this kind of thing. They should use every legal means possible to make sure that all the people involved in this racket, as far as possible, we can get them and prosecute them. That's important. It's a deterrent thing. But it shouldn't end there. That is my only plea. There needs to be more work at the substantive level, work that involves ordinary people, ordinary organizations, times. There are many people in Ghana who are very empathetic where children are concerned and are totally scandalized to hear things like this still happening in our hospitals and things like that. So there are many people who will help you on the ground. Just don't stop. That is what Ghana will do. We do this, we get somewhere, we stop until the next time there's a big case. And that for me has always been the problem when it comes to dealing with little people.
Ye mame Angela Angela Dramina Abuaje and Yetenenka Ewosa and Semno Emono. Na ye remu ewon semfo from ye remu on semfo from my parliament ebiem eho ena day asama ye Mahama Yaraga MP ode eto edwa se yenhwe aban enhwe na admission fees at university for etuaye no yenhwe na yensa refund ana aban emfasa eka no na eno ena chese ena day NPP ana edom tutu no womo so edebetu dwa se sa motion no enya de se womo etiase a eyeye na chese ne parliament no na enye asem keto akra yentie yewura Matthew Opoku Prempe kane onimunyamfo ana wo hwe oda enwomesua ano mechere education minister yentie ne nsema o kan no bi.
Which he the people of the motion read at all to say that the president should only remove the admission fee, which is minuscule in terms of the fees. He's not the only one. He even brought in SRC views and looks views. He has brought SRC before here. Mr. Speaker, SRC is the students that decide on the SRC views. It's the students that decide on the SRC views. Now you are saying that after the students have decided on SRC views, the president is being requested not to approve the SRC views. The president has no power when this house has decided. The president of the republic has no power when this house has decided by suspending the legislation to approve the fees. This motion, Mr. Speaker, is incompetent on the face and the value of everything. Where does the president come in? How are we going to resolve to request the president when the power is in this house? When the power is in this house, bring the motion precision and today's members of this house will support it if it's appropriately done. This is the speaker I beg to move that it should not be allowed, it should not be entertained, and it's an insult to this house. Thank you.
Yei Mensia South Mrashe Bedweni Sanso ena kani education minister Yera Matthew Opoku Prempe ena yetene ne ewo ehono na enye enonko John Jinapon so de tudwa se samo sinya Yera Mahama Yaraga de akopiem ewo Mrashe Bedwefie no efri so obeye MP no wo hu motion ye papa say da.
As far as tertiary education is concerned, Mr. Speaker, my friend and senior colleague, the Honorable Matthew Opoku Prempe, who I shall be engaging in due course, stated that we should rather come on a motion of rescission. That is a completely different tangent, Mr. Speaker. We are not debating the issue of fees and charges. All the venerable, intelligent, learned Mahama Ayaraga is asking of. Mr. Speaker, it's simple that this house, as a sign of magnanimity, as a sign of sympathy, and as a sign of empathy, and a sign of concern, should just make a request to His Excellency the President that given the suffering and the untold hardship and the impoverishment of the Ghanaian students, that His Excellency the President should consider suspending the issue of this fees. Mr. Speaker, if this is not a competent motion, then which other motion is competent? Mr. Speaker, I refer to what the Minister of Finance presented to us in respect of an update on the COVID situation. Mr. Speaker, this very house approved an amount of 1.2 billion from the stabilization fund, dollar equivalent of about 219 million cedis. In addition to that, Mr. Speaker, we ourselves took a decision that the Bank of Ghana should suspend payment of interest amounting to 1.2 billion. That World Bank should be approached for an amount of 1.7 billion, that the IMF should be approached for an amount of 3 billion, and a reduction of GMPC's net and carried interest from 30% to 50%. Mr. Speaker, the President has had cause to announce the suspension of payment of water, suspension of payment of electricity. And so if this House decides that we want to implore on the President,
ensembia etwagu ewo parliament ena yedebi asomo ewo ehono. Now before that no na chese NPP for womo caucus omo atimi aye press conference edensem ato edwa achirem se ohwe domkuma aye NDC amayuke omo sembia wo anamon bia womo etu no frustration ena omo pese omo ekoso aban na chese womo enya position de omo ya ne se womo eba omo be frustrate aban ne no ena yewra afenyoma kenza waye deputy leader edema NPP MP se wo parliament no ode ato edwase sa enoma ne adibia emwa
condemned, for want of a better word, and they must change their posture. They must not be seen as acting as though nothing about governance matter. This has been their language. The NDC is full of mischief, and what they want to do is to ambush Parliament, frustrate governance in this critical period. COVID-19, we never anticipated it. Salaries must be paid, budget must run through, ministers are needed to run government business. They are part of the governance of this country. So if this is the approach they want to adopt, that you either give it to me or I frustrate you, that is their language. This is not democracy. This is not patriotism. So to go with this path would mean to create a meltdown situation.
Alexander Afenyo Markins, one of deputy leader at the Emma NPP caucus of parliament. Nenka NAT, Yera Michael so one so they are two Aja HM say school so a teacher for a day a stores or more ton books and normal a man corano a adebia. Why a bet you want to say only a buying a bedia and ye as some ketwakra. Yera Michael so wa and a ye chairman the GS a kuno nano and odessa and semi a two Aja.
Ben school you be our bench. In churches, be our bench school. Now, Papa said, school should be a woman's school or a friend of a store. They don't have store. I think they are quite school. Now, Ubedu or the woman could you be near my Google say. So one here, and I said, one car. And the woman's school. Women are also two women because they are defeating the purpose of compulsory and free. The entire Mampalano and Tosania man. Now, school no any who can say, or no, what could you have a good school and a water. So, you know, my house for let's say, we say, one uncle Canadian talk. Now, when you hear, you say, well, Chiawa, Nima, my dear. Now, we defeated the purpose of compulsory universal basic education. They are part of the responsibility of parents to provide those items. Free compulsory universal basic education document in the sign it.
Yera Michael Sowa, one and chairman at the Emma Education, Ghana Education Committee, no, and Yetin can ewo ehono, and a day America for one Supreme Court Chief Justice or Honoma, a friend of Yera. Justice John Robert and a day President-elect President of Toaba last year 2020 or Mabatono Emono Yera Joseph Biden wamo Edenesi Akunyaswa Enya Semketuakra na eno ena Yera Joseph Biden de atu eja de asidakasia ama America eni obibia otanechi echitapa afen so mampani for mabesene ko ewo America mino emu nyina wode aseda ema won na no wo kyeremu say still America omo ewo wo manima wo so wo mo eko so omo etumpon na afei domestic terrorism womo etu ase ewo America kronom sanso na adeponi bia ewo America omanum no womo esesa no ema na eye papa achese enya asem keto akra wose America eye great nation sanso na nipa ewomu enso eye ni papa nti womo hia nkabom sa enso na womo hia odo se womo ebetena na enipa oman no ehwehwe no womo etimi enya.
But on all of us, on we the people who seek a more perfect union. This is a great nation. We are good people. And over the centuries, through storm and strife, in peace and in war, we've come so far. But we still have far to go. We'll press forward with speed and urgency, for we have much to do in this winter of peril and significant possibilities. Much to repair, much to restore, much to heal, much to build, and much to gain. Few people in our nation's history have been more challenged or found a time more challenging or difficult. Lawlessness, violence, disease, joblessness, and hopelessness. With unity, we can do great things, important things. We can right wrongs. We can put people to work in good jobs. We can teach our children in safe schools. We can overcome the deadly virus. We can reward work and rebuild the middle class and make healthcare secure for all. We can deliver racial justice, and we can make America once again the leading force for good in the world.
Eno Joe Biden awuchirim say America has been tested and we will repair our lives. In some way, ni afufuro pi na day ofro pa wakaye yenyina so ne efa na nwumre trending news ni nyina NC ewo akwentufo radio we so nyame adoma de aka mu bia na ochina ye de baba sommo ewo afidie yi eso medin ede Edward Donko papa smile na keka na oma esi ani ma mote yenka ewo afidie yi eso de aka mu bia no ochina ye de baba sommo yakramo.